Buyurun, buyurun. Aziz milletim, değerli devlet ve
My great
hükümet
nation,
başkanları,
esteemed heads of state and government,
meclis başkanları
valuable speakers of
ve devlet
parliaments,
başkanı yardımcıları,
valuable
değerli ülke
deputy
temsilcileri,
presidents,
yurt içinden
valuable
ve
members
yurt dışından
of
gelen
various
değerli
countries,
dostlarım,
dear friends
hanımefendiler, beyefendiler,
from
sizleri en kalbi
our country and from
duygularımla,
abroad,
hürmetle,
ladies and gentlemen,
muhabbetle
I
selamlıyorum.
would like to greet each and every one of you wholeheartedly, with respect and compassion.
Sizleri bu tarihi törenimiz münasebetiyle
On the occasion of this historic ceremony, I am pleased to see you at the presidential complex, the home of the nation, which has been honored with the station of being a veteran venue on the night of July the 15th. I'm very much honored, and I would like to thank to each and every one of you for having attended to this ceremony of ours. And at the outset of my words, I would like to state that I'm grateful to God for He has blessed us with the chance of serving Turkey and the Turkish nation for 5 more years. With their votes, with their kindness and support, my nation, all members of my nation, I would like to extend my gratitude to each and every one of them. One more time, they have seen us as deserving the presidential position, and I would like to thank to my more than 20.3 million brothers and sisters, each and every one of them. Even though some of my citizens have voted otherwise but went to the ballot boxes and contributed to democracy, I would like to thank to them and congratulate them. There have been many who traveled kilometers far and did deliver on their tasks of citizenship, Turkish abroad. I would like to, in particular, extend my special thanks to them. On February the 6th, we experienced the disaster of the century. And because of their choices of votes, there have been many citizens who have had to endure numberless insults, but also survivors of the earthquake. I would like to one more time extend my gratitude and pay my respects to them, for they have owned up to their will going to the ballot boxes. In this election, we have not only received the support of our own people, however, from across the world. Hundreds of millions of oppressed people and their hearts went out for us. We have gotten their prayers. When Turkey's name is mentioned, many brothers and sisters who feel happy with us, who feel sad with us, who cry along with us, I would like to thank to them, all my brothers and sisters, and I also would like to extend my gratitude to all heads of state and government who called and shared their best wishes and congratulations following the declaration of the results. From Africa to Asia, in all our geography of hearts, we have seen the floods of love that did flow across the streets. We will not forget these either. And along with that, we will not also forget the attempts of intervention with the national will through some magazine covers. In my person, this great love for Turkey will be returned in the most beautiful way, as we shall try. May God never make us feel ashamed. before our people, our own, and all our friends. Distinguished friends, Turkey has now left behind very successfully with flying colors one of the most important elections of her history. On May 14, the parliamentary dimension of the election was thankfully successfully completed with the People's Alliance claiming of 323 seats. However, in the first round of the election, in the presidential elections, because of the condition of 50+1, we went on to the runoff elections. However, our nation, to complete what they left unfinished with a ratio of 0.5, went to the ballot boxes. Again, the turnout in the first election went beyond 87%, and in the second tour, in the runoff, a record-breaking figure again took place, which was more than 85%, and our people flew to the ballot boxes, to the stations, and on May 28 elections, by claiming 52.18% of the votes, I have been honored with the chance of serving Turkey and the Turkish nation for 5 more years. For this sacred task, to all our geography and our geography of hearts, and to my country to which I have devoted my life. Hopefully it will be auspicious, and our effort and trust to us and to our party will not go in vain, and we will continue producing great works and projects for Turkey with the principle that he who works with love will never feel tired. Regardless of ethnicity, roots, or whatsoever, we will be embracing all 85 million people of this country. Throughout our office of more than 21 years, we have always preserved this sensitivity, and we have never cared for the belief of anyone or the color of their votes, the separation or region orientation or discrimination. Such was never practiced, and we said, make the people live, so the state lives on. As Yunus Emre said, we said also that we love the created because of the Creator. Just like Ahmedi Hani, we said, human is the greatest embroiderment that has been drawn with the greatest pen, and we do follow the same light, same beacon of services, and we defend the same services today. Hacı Bektaş, Yunus Emre, Mevlana, Pir Sultan, and Ahmedi Hani. We do call with a language of love. Hate, grudge, or dissension are not put to the foreground. On the contrary, tolerance, embracing one another, brotherhood, fraternity are elevated with this understanding, and we should all come together, love and be loved, we say. And this sincere call, all colors of it, all its riches, and with all its differences, will resonate, I believe, and I believe truly and wholeheartedly that it will resonate to all 85 million of this country. The energy, contribution, ideas of all 85 million people of Turkey will be needed, and Turkey needs all members of the 85 million population, just like the bricks of a wall. We need to be intertwined and fully integrated. We need unity and integration more than ever. Turkey needs that more than ever. And as a nation, we have to rebuild that strong togetherness again. My dear friends, I would like to underline from here and reiterate that as of May 28, the election period has now come to an end, and the national will manifested at the ballot boxes twice, and the nation made its definite decision.
Türkiye sandıkların kapanması
Following the closing of ballot boxes and declaration of the results of the elections, Turkey has now entered into a new path. God willingly, the century of Turkey has now started, and the doors of glory for our country have now been opened. And tonight, hopefully, we will be announcing our new cabinet. And with the new cabinet, we will be embroidering the century of Turkey stitch by stitch.
gecikmeden Salı günü ilk
And without further ado, on Tuesday, we will be carrying out our first presidential cabinet meeting. Being stuck on the election agenda means making Turkey go round and round. Going to the old books has no benefit to the country or to the nation. We should all concentrate on the future, look into the future, and be in a struggle to say new things. From the past, from the mistakes of the past, we should draw lessons and be exerting efforts to build the future. In the post-election period, we have always made our accounts and have had a tradition to renew itself, to update itself, tackling our mistakes, our shortcomings, further strengthening what we have been resilient about. We have made it to this very day, and following every election we opened a new page. We have never went around holding some to account or returning a match or a revenge. We have never diverted from justice, even though we had to endure bias and injustice. And we have always spoken with the language of compassion with the people who did not even cast their votes to our favor. And we have enlarged our humbleness together with our pride. But in all 17 elections, we emerged victorious in. We have not seen so far a similar behavior and attitude as such from the opposition. The biggest shortcoming we have in this country is an attitude by the opposition. Instead of the good of the nation, they went after their own small calculations. Rather than making sincere self-criticism, they always looked for the causes of their mistakes in people. And following almost every elections, they have returned the hands we put out to shake with their hands clenched and fisted. And in this regard, the opposition, we hope, will act with an awareness of responsibility. Journalists, columnists, writers, NGOs, politicians, artists, and everyone from the opposition. Now we want them to make peace with the national will. With the excitement of making it to the centenary of the foundation of our republic, we believe that Turkey has a need for a great embracing. And in all 81 provinces of our country, in all its districts and villages and everywhere of it, I invite all to start a mobilization of such. The day is today. The day is the day to be one and to further reinforce our brotherhood. It is the day now to own up to the bright futures of our children. Let's now put aside all offenses and anger in the pre-election period aside. Now, if some hearts are broken, now let's come and look for the ways to make a peace. Now let's come all to bear the construction of the century of Turkey altogether and celebrate this centennial of the foundation of our republic in a spirit that would befit to its glory and repute. And let's all observe it, experience that beauty together. And inshallah, I have no doubt that we will achieve that altogether. And in advance, I would like to thank to all my citizens who have now accepted my invitation. Distinguished guests, May 14 and May 28th election results, of course, have numerous meanings. Our people owned up to their democratic gainings and said to us, "You shall not stop, but continue working." But of course, not enough. They asked us to continue producing great works and services. Attempts to overshadow the national will have been frustrated now. Just like a century ago, proposals of mandate and patronage again have been refused by our nation. Our politics of service and great work has outperformed populism, and it has been one more time understood that the foresight of our nation should never be underestimated. Since 1950, almost every decade military coups took place. However, Turkish democracy, wounded by that, has once again proven to the whole world its resilience and consolidation of democracy. The slanders of dictatorship and autocracy, those who failed in the election, now have turned out to be empty in all their insults. And for decades, all campaigns ran against our country now have been upset with this election. And we not only have done that, but we did also ensure our future, and we have seen that our country, our people have seen that. A century ago, our nation completed its national independence movement with the establishment of the republic, and now in the second century of it we will be building our century of Turkey, and in the next 5 years to come we will be doing that step by step. And just like over the past 21 years, we will make come true all we promised one by one, just like we did that in the past 21 years. We will be liberating our democracy from the constitution, which has been the product of a military coup, and we will strengthen it further with democracy. Production, employment, export, production, and current account surplus will be on what we will make our country grow further. As Ghazi Mustafa Kemal said, peace at home, peace in the world will be put into practice in true sense of the words, as we are determined absolutely for it. And we will not do that by going introverted and watching all incidents from over the stands. However, by further expanding our sphere of democracy and politics. As a head of a state shown with kindness by the nation twice, now we have a stronger hand, and now in the international public opinion, we will be a country which is taking more role and which will have more say, and who will run strongly and faster. And we will see a Turkey which will be standing by the oppressed and downtrodden more boldly. In the new era, our interlocutors inside and outside our borders will see our more determined fight against terror groups. And in the blue homeland, it will see a country that cares for the rights and interests of her own and her brothers, and from democracy to education, from industry to all. A country which will be raising the bar higher and higher. A country that is more determined, a country that is more compassionate, a country that is stronger. This is what they will see for the next 5 years to come, to protect the glory and the repute of the Republic of Turkey, to make her name go to higher grounds. We will be working with all in our power, we promise, for the unity of our country, and unconditional and unquestionable sovereignty of our nation will be protected at all platforms and on all grounds. We will be showing the efforts, and God will show His grace. With this understanding, we say Bismillah for the construction of the century of Turkey. And inshallah, tonight we will be announcing our new cabinet members, and we will be setting sail on this path, if you will. May God keep our path clear. With these thoughts in mind, I once again would like to express my gratitude to the President of Venezuela, who has come all the way from afar and who is with us now. Likewise, I would like to thank to my dear friend, dear brother, the President of Azerbaijan, my dear brother, Ilham Aliyev. I would like to welcome you again. Likewise, the President of Uzbekistan, Mr. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, I would like to welcome my brother again. And using this opportunity, the President of the TRNC and to the Prime Minister, I would like to thank very much, and all from the Turkic states. To the President of Kazakhstan, I would like to extend my gratitude before you all. The number of presidents, of course, is very high here. If I am to mention all of them, probably I would have to make another speech. But all presidents of Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Prime Minister of Pakistan, my brother, especially to the Secretary General of NATO, Mr. Stoltenberg, I would like to thank to you all. And together with all that, I also would like to mention that I wish I could mention everyone by their names, but we have some issue, as you would reckon, in terms of time. But we will be together at a dinner tonight, and we will have great talks. And of course, I also would like to state that the People's Alliance in this process put up with this together. And I also would like to thank to Mr. Devlet Bahçeli on behalf of all my colleagues, all my friends, and I also would like to extend my personal thanks to him.
Aynı şekilde yine bu süreç içerisinde
Likewise,
beraber bu mücadeleyi sürdürdük.
in this process, we had this effort ongoing together with the president, with the chairperson of Yeniden Refah Party, and also the president, the chairperson of Hüdapar.
Ve yine
And again,
aynı şekilde bu süreç
likewise,
içerisinde
in this
beraber
process,
yürüdüğümüz Önder Bey'e yine çok çok teşekkür ediyorum.
to Mr. Önder, with whom we walked
Ve yine
together,
özellikle bizlerle beraber yola devam eden ve
and
bu süreç içerisinde
for walking,
adeta
continuing
noktayı beraber
the path with us, and who helped us put a full stop
Genel
to
Başkan'a da özellikle huzurlarınızda
it,
çok çok
to the
teşekkür ediyorum.
chairperson.
Herhalde artık unuttuğumuz filan Mustafa Destici Bey'e burada mı görmedim?
To Mustafa
Teşekkür
Destici.
ediyorum.
Is he here? I could not see him.
Evet ve huzurlarınızda
And
yine
again,
Sinan Bey'e de çok çok teşekkür
to
ediyorum.
Mr. Sinan Oğan, I would like to thank very much.
Cumhurbaşkanları olarak aramızda bulunanlardan şu anda
And now we have the President of Bulgaria.
Ona da teşekkür ediyorum.
I'd like to thank to
Cumhurbaşkanı
Mr. Radev and the President of Gabon,
Bongo'ya
my dear friend Ali Bongo.
teşekkür ediyorum.
I would like to thank you very much.
Aynı şekilde yine
Likewise,
Cumhuriyeti Cumhurbaşkanı
the President of the
Dumbo'ya da
Republic of Guinea, to Mamadou Dumbo, I would like to thank you.
yine Bissau Cumhurbaşkanı
And Bissau President
Ömer Sissoko'ya,
Ömer Sissoko,
Karadağ Cumhurbaşkanı
the President
Jakov Milatović'e
of
teşekkür
Montenegro,
ediyorum.
Jakova Milatovic, thank you very much.
Kazakistan Cumhurbaşkanımız Tokayev kardeşimi söyledim.
I mentioned my brother, President
Özellikle
Tokayev,
teşekkür ediyorum.
and to President of Kyrgyzstan, I would like to thank the President of Congo,
Sassou Kuso'ya da
Denis
çok
Sassou
teşekkür
Nguesso.
ediyorum.
I would like to thank to you very much. Also,
Kosova Cumhurbaşkanı
the President of Kosovo,
Sayın Osmaniye çok teşekkür ediyorum.
the President Osmani, I would like to thank you.
Kuzey Makedonya Cumhurbaşkanı
The President of North Macedonia,
teşekkür ediyorum.
Mandarovsky, thank you.
Ruanda Cumhurbaşkanı
President of Rwanda,
evet Sayın Paul Kagame
President
Teşekkür
Paul
ediyorum.
Kagame,
Somali Federal Cumhuriyeti Cumhurbaşkanı
the President
Hasan
of
Şeyh
Federal
Mahmud'a
Republic of
teşekkür
Somalia,
ediyorum.
Mr. Hassan Sheikh
Togo
Mahmoud,
Cumhurbaşkanı
the President of Togo,
Gnassingbé Bey'e teşekkür ediyorum.
I would like to thank to the President Grasang, and I mentioned Venezuela, Turkmenistan, and also we have many deputy presidents, many vice presidents. I would like to thank to each and every one of them on behalf of my nation and extend my personal special thanks to each and every one of you. As I conclude with these thoughts in mind, I once again would like to thank to my great nation, all people of my country, all 85 million big family of Turkey for having us experience a great festival of democracy as they went to the poll stations. And using this opportunity, I also would like to thank to our ex-president, Mr. Abdullah Gül, who was my predecessor before. I would like to thank to him as well before you all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
All right, you've just been listening there to the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan making possibly one of the most important speeches in his...
And we were listening to Turkey's President-elect Recep Tayyip Erdogan as he addressed the high officials from 78 nations and other guests attending his inauguration ceremony. The president thanked the guests and expressed his gratitude for the term and the vote of Turks and their confidence on him and his office for a new term, and said the latest elections were a display of democracy. Erdogan sent his condolences and sympathies to the families of the victims of February the 6 earthquakes. Also, the president said this is one of the most important elections in Turkey as it saw renewed parliament and a high turnout. Erdogan referred to his administration's respect for all Turks. Also, no matter their origin or religious belief, being Turkey a multi-ethnic country where different religions coexist. Erdogan also announced his first cabinet meeting for next Wednesday, and he called all the high officials to join in solidarity aside of the political affiliation and to work together for the construction of Turkey's future. He reiterated his promise to reform the constitution as it is coming from a coup d'etat era and must be up to the new times and the new realities in Turkey and the world. He thanked several of the guests and attendees coming from all over the world, and especially the president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro Moros, of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, and other heads of state of the region. And this is the acme, the final point, the high point of this inauguration ceremony that saw Erdogan touring Ankara from the parliament premises, then the mausoleum of the founder father of Turkey's republic, Atatürk, and now the presidential premises, this great hall of the presidential premises. As we knew, there are high officials from 78 countries, 78 nations sent their high top officials, and other international organizations, regional blocs also were present there attending this inauguration ceremony. President Erdogan was also referring to main issues, main domestic issues in his nation.
He's a non-African leader that has visited Africa more than anybody else in his career. So he's no stranger to Africa, has helped revitalize, reshape, and rewrite Turkey's Africa policy. And that's very evident from the participation of many African leaders and ministers at his inauguration. Then another block, call Central Asia. You have all the members of the Organization of Turkic States here represented at a presidential head of state level. Also the president of Tajikistan as well, although it's not a member of the Organization of Turkic States, present as well. So this strong contingency from Central Asia being present. Obviously, the Organization of Turkic States, an organization that Erdogan has placed tremendous importance on, working to unify more going forward. And then the Caucasus contingency, when we look at President Aliyev and Prime Minister
We're going around the
Pashinyan,
globe.
both there together.
Yeah.
And now, as part of this inauguration ceremony, this is one of the protocol events of this event, of this ceremony. And that is the respect from the head of state to the religious institutions, and also the blessing, the Godspeed given by these religious institutions to the new head of state. This is part of a protocol event of this official ceremony, and also this is one of the main points of his agenda, as he said in his remarks, that his government is going to respect, as he has done, the multi-ethnic origins of all Turks and the multi-religious beliefs of all Turks. Let's remember, Turkey lays in the middle of the West and in the middle of the East. So it has Islamic religious beliefs from the East, and it has also Christianity and other religious roots from the West. So their convergence made this multi-ethnic and multi-religious country that has to respect these origins of the people and also the beliefs of the people. And he's made a call to tolerance, to religious tolerance regarding the beliefs and regarding the culture, the cultural election of the people. He also was respectful and said this election was a display of democracy, was a show of democracy, as he is thanking not only the people, the millions that voted for him, but also the people that voted against him as a way of participation and of taking part in the decision-making bodies of the country and in the political prospects and landscape of this country. This is a ceremony attended not only by the religious top officials of Turkey, but also by cultural figures, personas from the communications, from sports, from other sectors, and high-profile Turks that are recognized all over the world and are present here, providing their presence in this ceremony, this inauguration ceremony for the President-elect of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Now he's greeting and shaking hands and saluting the heads of state and high officials that are attending his inauguration ceremony.